Hello, everybody, and welcome to the stream. I'm your host, Axler Twinblade's my name. I go by nfoGuides here on YouTube and Twitch and Kick and Twitter and wherever else you might find me. Also known for my tools, Barons Toolbox. We will give this a minute and see who may join us here on the stream. But while I wait, I got to check and make sure that all the platforms, Twitch, YouTube, and everything have gone live. Yes, we've got a live Twitch stream. We've got a live... Hey, Paul Taylor, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. And we got Kick is live, YouTube is live, and Twitch is live. And... okay. How you doing there, Paul Taylor? So, are you ready for this thing they call land? Are you playing land, or are you avoiding that aspect of Splinterlands? I'm doing pretty good. Just figured I'd stream. I don't really have any set agenda or nothing like that. Just figured I'd see who'd stop out and say hello with us this evening. But no, I'm doing pretty good. Believe I'm scheduled to do part 2 chit chat with the Splinterlands 101 group, Boba Fett and them. How many plots of land do you own? I'm just curious. I've got 17, and I don't really need to hop on land to see all the new stuff. When it originally hit the Mav server, I checked out what I needed to see. Oh, 248. Put me to shame. I've only got 17. And of my 17, I think I will be able to put max workers on 12. Now, I don't have enough like legendary gold foil max workers or anything like that. But I've got, max common cards, epics, legendaries, that type of stuff. Obviously, I'll start with my gold and see what I can do there. But, yeah, definitely don't have enough to put all 17 of mine to work. You're going to concentrate on your best 30. That definitely makes sense. Yeah, most of mine are commons. I have some epics and stuff like that. Oh, I have this image up just because I really like this artwork here of the cat. I thought that was pretty awesome artwork, so I'm excited for that. Okay, you know what? I bet I'm going to have to sign into my keychain here. So enough. Okay, there we go. So yeah, as far as my land goes, I only have the 17. You've probably seen me show this before. Of my 17, I have no legendaries. I have one epic natural. So obviously, I'll focus on my epic natural first, and then I have a rare, but I don't have building in a box on this, so I don't know if this is going to be first thing or not. But then in my commons, I do have some magic. So I got a common magic I'll definitely focus on. I believe I have a common water magic, death magic, and I think life? No, fire? Yeah, so I got a fire, a water, and a death magic in common. So I will get all of those started. And that has building in a box, and this one does not have building in a box. So those are the only special things I have that I will be concentrating on when I first start. But I'm not going to lie, I'm holding my breath. Hey, New Again, Mr. Llama himself, joining us in Twitch. Welcome, New Again. So we officially got new official word of stuff is coming our way, this thing called land, I would love to place all my hopes and dreams on the fact that it does release on the 14th, but they've proven me wrong too many times, so I'm hopeful, but I am not like over the moon with the news. So, uh, yeah, so that's pretty much my land. It's plenty for me. Uh, I won't be able to put it all to work, but that's okay. Can't win them all. Let's see. Let me get this lined up a little bit better. There. That's a little bit better. There. We'll call that good. So, new again. How you doing? You excited about the news? I haven't really made any big moves here. I got 10 chests to pick up here in an hour. I think what excites me most about the aspect of land phase 1.5 comes out is the fact that we're hitting a point of kind of a double whammy. We've got land 1.5 coming out. We've got the end of the pre-sale of Rebellion. Shortly after that, like within 3 weeks, we have the general sale of Rebellion. And all of this is going to just really deplete the DEC market. Now, I am not saying flywheel, nothing like that. But what I do look at is, where are we at today? Okay, so we haven't really, there was a couple of spikes in here, but we went up like 3 cents. I'm expecting when Land Phase 1.5 releases, we will hit peg for a period of time. I'm not saying we're going to stay there, but I do see that we'll hit the peg for a period of time when land first drops. Hopefully we kind of stay in the high 90s, but we'll see how that turns out. I really hope that we hit peg, we drop down to maybe, let's say, 97, 98, but then we have the general sale come out of the Rebellion set, and I think that should bounce us back up and we'll hit peg again for a little while. So I don't think this is the flywheel that will take effect, but just the fact that we're hitting the peg number again is a good thing, a really good thing in my mind. New again, went through your spreadsheet again, redid everything so you can put all your alpha and beta cards on plots since I am not playing wild anymore. You will have 2 million base PP from cards on day 1 across 104 plots. Goodness me, oh my, that is awesome, New again. Absolutely awesome. I think my best plot is an epic, and the highest PP I will have on it is like maybe 68,000. So, yeah, that's me. So save some crumbs for me, please. I've been debating of how to get a little bit more dry powder into Splinterlands. Not really dry powder into Splinterlands. I've been trying to decide what route I should go as far as trying to move cards around and leverage my assets to get more, to put more of my land to work. And really, if you guys have been watching for a while over time, I have been selling off a while ago. I sold off a lot of my Untamed. So if we look at my Untamed, let's see, then yeah, Untamed and Beta. I don't have any alphas. And let's go to everything I own. All of it! I don't have much. Let's see, I don't... Yeah, you should be able to see the levels. Level 3, level 2, level 4, level 4, level 1, level 2. So, and most of these are common rare. I sold most of the good stuff a long time ago. The only thing I really have anymore of value would be Mr. Llama himself. Oaken Behemoth has a little bit of value left, but only 12 bucks. And then Llama, and then we've got the Kron for 25 bucks. So what's Llama at right now? So 12, 25, 89 for the Llama. I'm honestly thinking about just listing everything I have left for sale. Some of the cards I really don't want to sell would be possibly the Chicken and possibly the Halfling Alchemist. Not because of their value, just because I like using those cards, but I haven't been actually playing my deck. I also like the Ooze. But again, I'm not really playing. So I'm thinking about just letting the rest of this stuff go. What's Myler Crowley's? So that'd be like $140 of stuff that I could free up. Oh, you are awesome, New Again. I do appreciate it. I know it's been a long time since we spoke about that, but yes, if I can borrow some common totems, in no way do I ever see those as being mine. And I'm on video stating that, so I much appreciate that. It will definitely help me out. And soon, when you need them back, just say the word, and they're coming back at you. So I much appreciate that. Do you New Again? I don't know if I ever asked. Do you have any plots in Ganks region? Oh, something I want to do real quick. Over in the other game I started up big time. I need to log into it real quick and see if I got any cracked hourglasses. All of yours are region 53. Okay. So let me jump in here real quick. What I'm looking for is I bought some NFTs over here, and one of them is a space. And I randomly, every 2 days, in their meta space, your personal space, you can get what's called cracked hourglasses. That's what you need. Hourglasses is what lets you earn their big time token when you're running around. It's like considered time in a bottle. Perfect. So right here, I've got what looks to be two commons and a rare. Now let me bring up my spreadsheet, because since I got these, I've been keeping a spreadsheet here. So every 2 days, I seem to get free ones. And right now it's, what is it? 11:07. And my time is 6, we'll say 6:20. I've just been keeping track of the time and how many I'm getting for myself. This space I have is a medium legendary NFT. Technically, the price on it was like $270, but it looks like I got 2 of those and 1 of those today. And let me jump back over here and pick those up. Whoop. And so now let me come on here and look. If you don't pick them up and they spawn, so these hourglasses, you can see time left 2 hours and luck of a 19.5 on this rare. So if you equip the hourglass when you're running around and you're opening loot chests, that's what enables you to earn some of the special stuff in the game, as well as their big time token. So right now, I'm just trying to focus on making sure I collect them, because if I don't collect them, I can't use them. And you would have to buy them. Let's see. New Again. I could use about 10. I'll be putting 12 plots to work day one. And I have 2 totems right now. So I would say a need is 10. I have 17 plots altogether, and technically I would need 15 to get all 15, or yeah, all totems on the other ones. I messed up that wording pretty bad. But yeah, so that's this. I just wanted to jump in there and collect those. And so now I can exit big time. Yes, actually. Axler Twin Blade. And yes, you do have the correct spelling. It's also up here on the screen, so you should be able to see that. You are the bomb, New again. I appreciate it. Can't say enough of how much I appreciate that. And let's see. So yeah, I'm thinking about listing. Yes, I got 1 totem. I clicked on it, but it doesn't actually pop up and show it. But yes. Yes, Paul Taylor. So big time. Thank you so much, New again. Thank you so much. So big time is the name of this game. So let's see. It's bigtime.gg, I believe. Oop, only 2 G's. Bigtime.gg. And right now I'm playing big time not for profit. I am just playing big time. I bought some of the NFTs just for the sake of buying some of the NFTs. It's a Web 2, Web 3 hybrid game. And the Web 2 aspect is free to play. If you get a code, you can jump in and you can play the game. Big Time is the game's name. Right now they're in what's called preseason launch. So this is basically a closed beta. To get access, somebody has to give you a pass. And I don't... Where'd my window go? Let me see here. Let me open up. Their market is called Open Loot. To earn in this is definitely not a quick or cheap process. But yeah, those of us that have a code when we're playing, every so often they give us codes to give out. Yes, the whole game is based around time portals, and the big time token, the actual cryptocurrency of the big time token here. The only way to earn this token in the game is by running around with hourglasses equipped. Each hourglass that I pick up are cracked hourglasses. That means soulbound. Otherwise, you have to go to the market and you have to purchase hourglasses. So you have to purchase the hourglass is this little blue thing circling the guy. So you have to purchase an hourglass. It has so much time in the hourglass. When it empties out, you have to have what's called a time warden to recharge or refill that hourglass. And the prices on these are outrageous right now, highly inflated. Just last week, these were $330. They're already like $420 to $450 for a common. And if you want to recharge a legendary hourglass, you need a legendary time warden. So instead of going this route, it's too expensive. I just bought a space. They call it space. It's not outer space. It is metaverse space. Let me clear all these. So they have other games in there. So they've got these other games too, but Big Time is the one I'm looking at. Now let's look at space. These just represents the space. I bought a legendary medium space, and then you go into the game, and with this, every 2 days they give me cracked or soulbound hourglasses with time in them. So I can now equip these hourglasses that I've been getting, and I can try to earn the Big Time token just simply off the cracked hourglasses. And those, once they're empty, they just disappear. Other aspects of Big Time is it's about basically all over the land. All the dungeons you're running are basically time portals. So one dungeon you go through, you could be fighting robots. The next one you go through, you could be fighting dinosaurs and all this kind of stuff, or bugs, or so the whole game, yes, has this concept around time. And I could talk more about it if you guys want, but I don't want to bore everybody. Ime Wanti, how you doing? Yeah, I'm more than willing to talk about Big Time for those that are interested. But yeah, my current thought though is I'm just going to list the rest, including my llama and cron. I think I'm going to put all this up for sale, sell it all off. It's all I have left of Untamed in beta, which isn't much anyway. And then that will get me a little bit more so I can put some more of my plots to work. I know I could probably hang on to the llama and the cron and maybe the oaken behemoth and get a little bit more money out of them. But at this point, I think I might just let them go. They absolutely love them in the game, but at this point, I would rather try to get more of my 17 plots up and running. So that's my current thought. I wish I could filter this the same way in Peak Monsters, but Peak Monsters filters are a little bit different. Just delegate them to your alt. They are nice. When I was running, the main reason I would hang on to the Llama Cron is if I ran an alt account and I just wanted to be able to play those Llama Cron combos. But yeah, I don't have enough time in the day anymore to play multiple accounts. I'm going to focus heavily on land. And I know once I get them land up and running, there's not much more to do until the next parts of land come out. But I'm pretty hopeful that once this phase comes out, the next aspects come out pretty quickly, like the grain markets, and I don't think land surfing is coming out soon. I think it would be cool if it did, but I'm not going to surf, and I'm not going to have any plots available for anybody to surf on my land. So, I don't really care if it comes out soon or later in that regard. But right now, land surfing's a concept. They don't really have it all planned out how it would work and all this. So I see that taking a lot longer of an effort for them. For the most part, you are correct. Land is not going to be something that we really play right now. Land is going to be more so put a bunch of your cards on there, push a button, then log in every day and collect everything. Collect, log in again, collect. But really what you're trying to do is you're trying to build up all of your land and the little resources you have that we can produce in this phase to a point when land 2.0 comes out. You're going to need every little bit of extra stuff you were able to produce during this phase in order to jump ahead in the next phase. Right now, the only thing that you could do with land that might be able to accrue you some money would be if you focused 100% on grain. When they release the grain market, you might be able to sell off extra grain for some, in a sense, some sort of profit for the bigger players that may need to buy grain. It's not going to be huge profits, but it's still, nonetheless, you might be able to sell it off to the bigger people and get that. Because wrong button. Because all of us starting off with land, my main focus is going to be on the fire one will be research, water one, research, death, research. But then on my naturals, my epic, I will go for SPS. My rare, I will go for SPS. And then everything else, all these just commons, I'm probably going to be solely focused, excuse me, focusing all of these on grain. Quite a few of these I still have to clear. They don't all have building in a box, so I'm also going to have a team going around clearing, or multiple teams trying to clear some of these other plots and getting them ready. Yes, day one you can still buy grain from basically Splinterlands, the game. They will sell grain at, I think they said 1 DEC per grain. And so no matter what, you'll be able to always be able to buy grain from Splinterlands at that rate. But I think players will be able to produce and sell grain probably at a 2-to-1 rate. So in other words, if you buy it from me, I'll give you 2 grain for every 1 DEC. And so that's where the grain market will have some movement for people. Send you some early? Yeah, so I've got a little bit of a, because I bought the building in the box, I have 150,000 grain. That should let me operate. I think my initial plots of land, when I did the math, I think that will let me operate for about 1 week if I don't produce any grain with 12 plots of land. And that's with workers at my level. Well, it's not that bad. Because, the cost of grain, it's really not going to be too expensive per day. It's going to be based on how much production point workers you have on the plot of land. My most expensive one is the epic, and I think I have 2 or 3 max gold foil epic cards I can put on that one. And that gets me up around 68,000 production points, which at the end of the day, that's going to be, if I did the math right, I think that was like 500 or 600 deck a day. Or is that hour? I can't remember. Yep, I'm in the same boat with you. I'm excited not for necessarily the land surfing, but I'm excited for unlocking of soulbound cards to work on land. Let me jump in and look at owned soulbound. Oh, not that. So if we look at owned soulbound, but specifically the golds, and then a legendary, I have a few that I would like to free up for land. A level 3, a level 3, a level 3. So I got, some nice gold foils that I would love to be able to put on land. But what they said about putting these on land is you're going to have to put, I think he said, double the BCX, not BCX, double the power in DEC to unlock it for land. So in other words, a 1 BCX gold foil legendary soulbound card is 25,000 DEC. When we can unlock them for land, this will be, we have to put 50,000 DEC on a 1 BCX gold foil in order to unlock it for land. You can get a 50% discount by using vouchers. And so if you use enough vouchers, you will be able to do it with only 25,000 DEC per BCX. It is a level 2, but it is, yeah, that one is, the one you're seeing there is, here, this one will show it better. So, yeah, I was looking at the higher level one. So this one here, level 1 BCX, you guys corrected me, will be 25,000 deck. You can get 50% off with vouchers, but it'd be 12,500 deck for a 1 BCX gold foil. So then if you look at the level 3 here that I have a 3 BCX, so I would need double this in DEC or exactly that. So that's basically to unlock this for land. Besides, let's say I use all the vouchers I can use, this will cost me 37,000 deck in order to, or $37 to unlock. And that doesn't even let us sell them or trade them on the market. And so what I did months ago, back when June was coming, I think, is I went ahead and I brought in a bunch of dry powder and bought a bunch of vouchers. And that's something I do want to look at. So I'm sitting on 6,100 vouchers right now. I purposely bought a ton because I want to be able to unlock my Soulbound Gold Foil Legendary cards as cheap as I can. But I bought more than I wanted because I expect the price of a voucher to go up when unlocking of Soulbound comes out for land. The price of the vouchers, not financial advice, I'm guessing it's going to spike higher than it did already. So I'm guessing it's going to jump up to above where it spiked. What was this? 3.6 cents, I think. So I'm thinking vouchers could maybe jump up to like 5 cents a voucher when the Soulbound unlocking comes into play. Because I know there's tons of people with Soulbound Gold Foil Legendary cards that they want to unlock. And so I'm only looking at these and I'm thinking, okay, I've already got this many. And I'm definitely not the biggest whale, and I'm not the not the smallest either. But that tells me there's going to be a lot of us out there that want to unlock these cards. So if you don't have vouchers, and it takes, looks like somebody did some math. You said about 188 vouchers for the 3 BCX one. I've got that covered, but a lot of people won't. And so you got to make that choice. And it's a lot cheaper to buy vouchers right now than it is to pay another 37,000 deck. You're curious if we level it up more after unlocking it. Will the game know and only charge us for the... I believe yes. I saw a little bit of discussion on that's part of what will take them some time to figure out the code behind it, is accounting for, okay, you've got it. I think the way he said it would work is, let's say I unlock a 1BCX. I got one unlocked, and then I have another one that's locked. I get it later on. I would have to pay to unlock the second one, and then I will be able to combine only unlocked cards with unlocked cards. I think that's what I heard them say. And again, it's not set in stone, so it could change. They might decide to do it more dynamic than that. But this was back in like June, July, I think, when I heard or was in a Mav chat with somebody or something like that, one of the devs, and that's what they were talking about as how it might work. So yes, I would love to be able to unlock these, because I have these leveled up. If you look at my just owned gold foil legendary, I have other ones, but all my other ones are just 1BCX. 1BCX, 1BCX. The only ones that I have that are like level 3 are all soulbound. Oh, the full unlock process? See, I don't know if is that our place to discuss or change? I know we can make suggestions, so I'll definitely stop by and read some of that tomorrow. But yeah, I'm going off of what I knew a long time ago, and I made my moves back in June, July to buy up 6,000 vouchers. So I knew I could cover unlocking anything I wanted. Now, if we go back to just my Soulbound and you look at my epics, I don't really have any epics here that are just like, oh yeah, I really want to unlock a level 3 epic. I have no desire to unlock these. Now, maybe to sell them, sure, but there's nothing big here that you can look at this a couple of ways. Once DEC gets back to peg, or if it hits peg, if I took this and I just burn the card, or can we burn these? We can't burn them. I didn't know if we could burn these or not. I was gonna say you could just burn it for $5 in deck. But I didn't know you couldn't burn it. I've never even looked. Yeah, I have an idea of an unlock mechanism, but I don't think people grasp what I'm trying to do with my methodology. It's easier seen with regular foil cards. So here, let's go down to my dumb cake card. I have a max copy one here, 400 BCX. Now, let's say the process we just talked about to unlock this guy for land stays the same. It's double the amount of DEC you see here, and you can get a discount of 50% of the DEC by using vouchers. That's great. Now, maybe to unlock it further so you can buy, sell, trade this thing, maybe it's once again that same power value in DEC again to unlock that next tier. What I would like to suggest is, if you need 400 copies to get a max one, I have 21 extra cards. I would love to be able to burn these extra cards to get a percentage of this off, just like vouchers, but based on 400 What is 21 out of 400? What is that percentage wise? It's not much. So if that was, we'll just go simple math. 20 divided by 400 times 1. So that's 5%. And it's not much. And a lot of people say, why don't you just spend the deck? Well, the reason is I don't really care about the discount. What I care about is I want to see the community burn all these other cards so that this guy has more value on the market. I don't want to see people unlocking all this garbage that people are getting more and more extra copies of. I would rather let them get a discount by, hey, if you had 400, you've got this card. Let's say you had 400 more BCX. You could do that and at no DEC cost, unlock it for land. Or sorry, unlock it for the markets once it's been unlocked for land. But at a cost of burning 400 more copies of it. That will effectively take 400 copies of this card off the market, so we don't see what we see with all the reward cards from Chaos Legion, which, here we go. You don't see these things with thousands, 5,000 extra copies on the market and stuff like that. That's what I would like to see. I think people would take advantage of it, but I don't know. Right, but they could be. I would rather see those cards disappear by people that have extras burning them off during the unlocking process, so that way they can't and won't ever flood the market. Instead of like all the reward cards that people sit on, there's people with like 30,000 of this reward card. They're just sitting on it, waiting someday to flood the market with it. Oh, I agree, Imewanti. I agree completely. I'm not saying you have to have a max level soulbound to unlock it. Let's take a different look here. Let me look at, where's Reds? Let's look at this guy. So we got a level 3 here, which was 14 BCX. What I'm saying is, so if you had to pay double this in deck to unlock it for land, you would have to pay another 280 deck to unlock it for the buy-sell trade market. I'm suggesting that if you had 14 more BCX of this card, you could burn 14 cards to unlock this card to that next level at 0 deck cost. If that's how it were to work out. My goal is to burn cards. Because I keep hearing a lot of the community says these are being overprinted. The soulbound cards are being overprinted. They're being overprinted. The soulbound cards are way overprinted. Okay, I agree. Let's do something so that these things never hit the market. Basically, it would be a burn event that's always in place, which would cut the circulating supply of every single card, gold foil and regular, in half, because you need double the BCX in order to get the full discount. No, I get you. There's a talk of time limit to unlock them. See, I don't like the idea of a time limit. Um, I just think then you have to track every single card, and let's say somebody they thought they had 3 months left, they ended up in the hospital, and next thing you know they didn't have the time they needed to unlock their stuff. I don't like the idea of a time limit. If you're going to allow them to be unlockable, I think it should always be unlockable. um Otherwise I see it as not fair in the long run for people. But that's where I see the benefit of, if you could burn off cards for that unlocking process. um don't know, it's just one of those things that, I realize I'm doing better than some here with the amount of cards I now have. I now have my fourth card max level, and I'm starting to accumulate extra BCX. But see, I only play in Diamond. Really, the people that have tons of extra are all the people that play in Champion. They're the ones that are sitting on almost everything is max level, and they're sick of getting these cards. Um, I say if you offer them, if you have two max level, you could burn one to unlock this one to the next level, or to the buy sell trade market for no DEC cost. I think the whales might take advantage of doing that, but that actually helps all of us because it reduces the circulating supply, of which the whales would be the biggest group of people that would flood the market. They're going to be the ones with too many of them that they don't need. I agree, New again. I definitely think the better option is, hopefully land can absorb most of them. With Chaos Legion being as large as it is, land is going to have its job cut out for it. However, we now have all these reward cards that are stacking up that people are saying are being overprinted. So I'm looking for an option to eliminate cards before they even have to go to land. But it would be something that I think would be beneficial to people. It's like, okay, I I want my max level one unlocked, but I don't need this extra 13 BCX. I'll just burn that extra 13 BCX off during the unlock process to save me some deck. Um, I don't know. It I know it doesn't seem simple easy, but my brain keeps coming back to this concept of we need ways to get rid of cards. And I would love to see a way in the unlocking process to get rid of cards, even though they might be unlocking them to bring them to the market. They might still be burning half of them. So land is definitely going to be a huge player. Um, but I know these cards are going to run for another, like, we'll say 6 to 8 months. I know some people want to see these cycle out sooner than that. I see no reason to. You cycle this set out. Um, if you do it early, then it just diminishes the Rebellion set that's coming out. These are Chaos Legion cards, so even if you cycle these out and no longer get these cards here, they're still playable in Modern. So they're not cycling out of Modern. I see no benefit to cycling this set out early. I remember when this set was released that Matt said this set would run for 1 to 2 years. And I if you if you get rid of this set the same day that Rebellion releases, and you release a whole new set with Rebellion, you effectively take away the reason for people to buy Rebellion. So it makes no sense at all for these cards to cycle out yet. And I understand the people like New Again, he has so many extra cards. Hey, Bolts 85. Thanks for stopping in. Like New Again, you're going, if this runs for another 8 months, you're going to have at least 2 copies of everything maxed out. Now, to unlock, let's say you don't even want to play with them. You just want to unlock them and sell them. Well, if you don't want to sink the extra DEC into them, you could burn 1 copy to unlock the other copy and save yourself the deck. And so, yeah, Paul Taylor, they said 1 to 2 years. I suspect it's going to be more like 1.5 years is actually when it's going to happen. So I think the best timing would be to roll this set out of print halfway through the Rebellion set. So that's where I'm saying we got another 6 to 8 months. And again, I'm just guessing. I have no inside information here. But I just think this would be a way to eliminate cards that have the biggest potential to flood the market, which would be the whale accounts. Or actually, it's not whale accounts. Everyone who's in Champion are getting stacks and stacks and stacks of cards. They're the ones that will flood the market. Let's give them a discount by letting them burn some of those cards off before they ever get to the market. Yep. And this would let you, New Again, in this concept, it would let you opt for, you only have a finite supply of your deck, but you could unlock one of these cards to the next level simply by burning off the other BCX of that card. You know, some people might see that as sacrilege. How dare you burn cards? I look at it as a good opportunity for getting rid of cards. Yes, you could burn, at that point you could then burn them for DEC, but I don't want them to be burnt for DEC. I want them to be burnt for the unlock. It never becomes DEC. They have no chance of becoming DEC. I don't know. It's one of the ideas that I've been toying around with my head. I mentioned it 2 town halls ago. I'm supposed to send the idea to Yabamat. I got to find a good way to write it up so it makes sense. If they want to avoid inflation of supply of any of the assets. You think... I don't think this would cause inflation of the assets. I thought burning cards to unlock would decrease card inflation, making all the cards that do make it to the market far more valuable. And I see what you're saying, Paul Taylor. Yeah, see, in my concept, it would at no time be about how much DEC you could get out of it. It'd be 100% focused on BCX. If you wanted to get a free unlock of this max level, you would have to burn 400 BCX. I don't care about the deck. However, I see what you're saying is it'd be more valuable for them to be able to burn those. However, then I would just argue, okay, put this mechanic in place for Soulbound and never let Soulbound cards to be converted to dark energy. Eliminate it. You can't do it right now. Just never let that happen. The only way to get value out of those is to burn them with the unlock idea I have. Bolts 85. I was so tempted to spend like 52,000 DEC the other day on buying up a bunch of those packs just because. I didn't. I drew my line in the sand saying I'm not doing anything until I can play land phase 1-5. So I walked away from the keyboard before I did spend some money. Yep, my boss has 4,000 packs of Chaos Legion that he bought at $4 each. New again. You mentioned here the bot farms would burn half on each account and then dump the other half on the market. That's true, but right now the bot farms will dump all of them on the market. All of them. So if there's bot farms out there getting those cards, they will dump all of them on the market. This would be a way for the bot farms to cut the supply that they dump on the market in half. Before it ever got to the market, half their cards would be deleted. Is the idea. And you know, any ideas I have most likely are not perfect, so we know how that goes. Oh, I wanted to check Discord. I did put let's see. I did put in the UI UX channel. No new comments. When I comment on anything about UI UX, it gets ignored. Or I get stonewalled from Nate. So I don't put things in unless it relates to what somebody else is asking for. So the recent one is somebody was asking for the active focus to be clickable to highlight cards, and I then brought up that what about what I do in Barons Toolbox? It highlights all of the abilities and a filter bar. You know, Paul Taylor, I don't know. At Splinterfest, I talked with him, had a great talk with him. And again, I in no way dislike Nate. We just don't see eye to eye on things. I build websites for a living. That's what I do. I doubt he dislikes me. We just don't see eye to eye. And I build websites for a living, and I look at Splinterlands as, well, what it is. This is a website. And Nate looks at this as, no, this is a game. And I try to do things in a way that are best for a website in terms of organizing your menu and what you should be clicking on and all this. And Nate disagrees with me every time I bring it up. Like these two icons right here, proposals and brawls. I asked Nate about these two icons, 100% against it. When I asked, I also talked about this little green flag and red flag with the number there. Other people brought up the little flags, and he loves that idea. But yeah, we just All right, Imewanti, thanks for hanging out. I'm going to claim my 10 daily rewards here. Wish me luck. I want 12 gold foil legendary cards. Well, I got plenty extra of those guys now. I needed some more of those. I got enough for 2 Gladius packs. I could go do that. I think the Fire Caller is the one I already had maxed out. So this is where I was talking about. Even I'm starting to get a ton of extras. Like right here. Now I've got 20 extra copies of this guy. And I'm just looking for ways for our community to burn cards. I have not used any merits today, but I'm going to. And Paul Taylor, yes, I agree with your statement of even games need to have site flow nicely together. And yeah, that's where him and I do not see eye to eye. He acts like adding 2 more icons up higher on this bar is way too much clutter. I completely disagree. There's plenty of space. Okay. Yeah, because of how much I don't see eye to eye with Nate, I have refrained from doing too much with their land interface. Oh, let's see. Oh, here we go. Yeehaw. Second one of those. I'll take it. I don't have enough to get it to level 2 yet, but I'll take it. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. Where is it? Okay, so let's scroll back in time. I think it's up higher yet. There it is. You know, this is where I said proposal icon. Link shows a red flag with the number of proposals you have not voted on yet. A brawl icon that links directly to brawls. The flag shows da da da. Okay, I mentioned 2 other icons, but you know, really what I'm trying to indicate here is this. Icons. And Nate said, I'm trying to reduce the number of options in the primary nav, not add more. So basically, Nate said no. I did a rebuttal based on it's also a website you really should consider. Nate said no. Then you come down here, and you see Simply Mike talking about AOIGNS is always on in-game notification system. That is the little red flags. Okay? So Simply Mike is like, yes, we need that. Tons of people like it. Then you come down here later on, you have Fat Jimmy replying to always on in-game notifications. Yes, we need this. And then where was it? Basically, at some point, Nate comes in here and says he talked with the team because of Fat Jimmy and Simply Mike, and they're now looking at doing something in the game for those little icons. But what kills me is I asked for it, and Nate says no. I rebuttal. Nate says no. Fat Jimmy and Simply Mike bring it up, and Nate is like, oh yeah, I discussed it with the team. We should be able to do something. Great idea, Fat Jimmy. It's like, hello? Is this thing on? Hello? Yep, I mean, and so some time has passed. Now somebody's talking about the focus. So I went ahead and posted another UI suggestion, and I'm just waiting, and Nate didn't even reply to it today. I tagged Nate's name. I know he was on today, but he didn't even reply. I'm just waiting for Nate to reply and say, no. And then he'll say to this guy up here, he'll say, oh, great idea. Again, don't take my comments bad as like I dislike Nate. I love Nate. I love the team. But boy, we do not see eye to eye on this interface. And, you know, as the military would say, he outranks me, so he wins. Why do I have a transfer screen button active? Huh. I guess it's always active. But it's not active on Gladius packs. That's a bug. See how these are transfer is green, but Gladius is not? I should tag Fat Jimmy. Nah, that I've talked with Fat Jimmy. I've actually modified my stuff quite a bit specifically for Fat Jimmy. I've modified Barons Toolbox for him. Here, I'll waste a fight because I haven't played in so long. I'm sure I'm going to lose. Okay, create a team. Okay, so one of the things that I found out is Fat Jimmy has a very small monitor. While he does like this, it takes up too much vertical space for him. So he had me include the ability to collapse this. And that also included a setting. Oh, wrong button. I'll get the right one. Oh, let's see. What do I want to do? I haven't played in so long. I think we'll go with that guy, followed by the reach guy, followed by the sneak guy. We do have a poison set. We'll go with some triage and magic in the back. We could taunt with Iztar. Let's see. We'll go with some armor repair for some additional protection. And for some anti-magic. Well, thank you, Paul Taylor. I haven't played around in a very long time. I was expecting this. Oh, see, he's got this guy. That stinks. I didn't play too much Magic because I kind of figured I was going up against Wraith. Well, that stunk. When two of my guys miss right off the bat, that's a pretty good sign. I'm going to lose. Yep, there not be a hope. It's not going to work out well for my guys. And yeah, other than that, I've been toying around with exciting. So you posted in there. So is there going to be a war? Ah, thank you. We'll see if that gets any traction, Paul. It'll be awesome to see Nate shoot it down without hesitation. Let's see, what's Mavericks got to say? Anymore, I don't read too much into Mavericks. I just kind of scroll through looking really for the developers or team members that might be saying anything, because I know all the rest of it is salt. So I just kind of scroll through. All right. I think that wraps up my stream, guys. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Thank you for joining me and chatting with me. Hopefully, you guys are ready for land. And much appreciate New again for loaning me some totems. Much appreciate all you guys being here chatting. Good discussion. Much appreciated. So until next time, everybody, have a good one.